Have you ever noticed your favorite game feeling a little sluggish, perhaps dropping frames during intense moments, even though your computer feels powerful? Sometimes those incredibly realistic visuals, especially the intricate way light interacts with objects to create shadows, can be a real performance hog for your system. Many gamers overlook this critical setting. Yes, you absolutely should consider lowering shadow quality in your game if you are looking to significantly boost your frame rate and achieve noticeably smoother, more responsive gameplay. Adjusting shadow settings is consistently one of the most impactful changes you can make for overall performance. Shadows are surprisingly complex and computationally intensive for your graphics card to render in real time. Creating a shadow is not just drawing a dark area. It requires your computer to perform intricate calculations. It needs to determine the position of every light source, understand the three-dimensional shape of every object in the scene, and then calculate how each object blocks light from those sources to project a shadow. Each pixel in a shadow needs to be precisely calculated. When you lower shadow quality, you are essentially telling your graphics card to simplify these complex calculations, directly freeing up its processing power to handle more frames per second. This is a direct pathway to better frame rates. To effectively lower shadow quality and reclaim some of that valuable performance, your first step is always to dive deep into your game's graphics or display settings menu. This menu might be accessible from the main screen or within the game itself. Once there, actively look for options clearly labeled shadow quality, shadow resolution, or sometimes simply shadows. You will typically find a range of preset options such as ultra, high, medium, low, and in some cases, even an off option for shadows completely. Your best approach is to start by reducing the setting just one step at a time. For instance, if you are currently on ultra, try switching to high. Then, crucially, jump back into the game and play for a few minutes to actively test the performance improvement. Notice if the frame rate feels steadier, especially in busy scenes. Repeat this incremental process, moving from high to medium if needed, until you find that sweet spot. A comfortable balance between pleasing visual fidelity and consistently smooth frame rates. While adjusting, pay close attention to how shadows look on main characters, important non-player characters, and key environmental objects to ensure you are still happy with the aesthetic. Some more advanced games even offer granular control, allowing you to adjust specific parameters like shadow distance, which affects how far away shadows are rendered, or even specific shadow effects like ambient occlusion quality separately. Remember, experimentation is absolutely key to fine-tuning your game for your specific system and preferences. Here is a cool insider tip about how shadows work. Many modern games utilize what is called a cascaded shadow map system. This sophisticated technique means that shadows located very close to your character or viewpoint are rendered with much higher detail and resolution, compared to those shadows cast much further away in the distance. When you choose to lower the overall shadow quality setting, you are often primarily reducing the resolution of these shadow maps, particularly for the more distant shadows. This approach can lead to a drastic improvement in performance without a massive visual impact on the elements you are actively focused on during gameplay. Another technical term you might encounter is shadow aliasing. This refers to the noticeable jagged or stair-stepped edges that can appear on shadows. While lowering shadow quality might make this aliasing slightly more apparent, the trade-off is a significantly less demanding workload on your graphics system, which is a worthwhile exchange for smoother gameplay. By understanding and strategically reducing your game's shadow quality, you are doing for more than just flicking a switch. You are intelligently easing a significant computational burden on your graphics card. This proactive adjustment allows your system to render many more frames per second, especially during intense action. Ultimately, this translates directly into a much more responsive, fluid, and genuinely enjoyable gaming experience, particularly in fast-paced or competitive games where every single frame and every split-second reaction truly counts. You gain a competitive edge and a smoother visual journey.